Hi, I'm John Nemeth, and these guys are the Blue Dreamers, and you're watching 101.9 KINK Radio in the Skype Live studio.
John Nemeth, everybody. Craziness ensues. All right, hold on a second. Now, I do so many of these danged interviews. Now, you're either that blues and soul guy or an American Idol finalist. Which one? Oh, all right. There we go. Good to see you, brother. Wow, he just handed me his new, explain to everybody what that big red thing is on the cover.
That is a Kool-Aid pickle.
Kool-Aid pickle.
Yes.
Man, I need to know more about this. Is this a Boise thing? Is this a blues guy?
That is the latest and greatest in Southern cuisine.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Do they soak it in Kool-Aid?
Yes, double strength Kool-Aid. You take the Kool-Aid pickle. Actually, you take the pickles and you take the juice out of the jar.
All right.
And then you add Kool-Aid with the juice. And then you add the juice back to the pickles. And then it soaks. And you get a Kool-Aid pickle that looks like that. I made that pickle. That's actually my homemade Kool-Aid pickle.
That's cool. And the new album is called Feelin' Freaky.
Yes, it is.
So we're in the middle of the Feelin' Freaky tour.
That's right.
It's good to see you again, man.
Well, it's great to be seen. Good to see you too, man.
well,
you
you
look
know-
great.
It's done with mirrors. That's right. I love the shoes. You are rocking everything.
Thanks, man.
Did I hear you say you turned 40?
I turned 40, yeah.
What's that like now?
Tight. It's tight.
It is, isn't it?
It's tight, you know. The suits are tight. That's why I'm in coveralls now. And I like it. I love it. It's easy, you know. I don't have to think about wearing anything else.
You wake up, you sleep in it, you wake up in it, you play in it.
I have slept in these before, and I'll tell you, it's great. Yeah. Don't need blankets or anything.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
right? I love you for that, man. Hey, introduce us to who we got up on stage here.
Over here from Memphis, Tennessee, Blake Ray on the bass, guitar, and vocals. From Boston, Massachusetts, now living in Memphis, Tennessee for a while, Danny Banks on the drums, also contributing vocals. And over here from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, now living in Memphis, Tennessee. How about it for Matthew Wilson on the guitar, vocals?
So you like throw a dart at a dartboard, and you just kind of find these guys. How did this all come together? How did these guys come together?
The drummer had played some of my music in his band in high school.
You're kidding. How cool.
And when he was old enough to leave the house, he got a hold of me on Facebook and asked if he could do the job drumming. Oh my God. And he had sat in with me one time before, and I said, "Oh, absolutely," because this guy's great. So I said, "Tell you what, here's your plane ticket to Zurich. I'll see you. The first gig's in Basel in 2 weeks, and just show up, know all 30 of these songs and the harmony parts." And he did. He just nailed it.
I'll be damned. Good.
And then this cat right here, I got on Facebook. I needed a bass player for the band, and just go out, reach out to all my friends, And he says, "I'll do it." And so Matthew Wilson was playing bass in the band for the last couple years, and he just never told me he could play guitar like this. He was like holding out on me. He's like, "Oh, you can play guitar?" I'm like, "Well, why don't you play guitar then?" And then Blake, right over here, Blake did a couple tours with us, but he couldn't join the band right away, and so now we got him in the band. We wanted this guy in the group for quite some time. He's like the Donald Duck Dunn of the next generation.
Well, out of Memphis, right? That's a pretty big accolade right there.
I know that's
Yeah.
a lot to fill.
Anytime Donald Duck and my name comes up, it's been a bad night. Something went horribly wrong. So, and you just mentioned Facebook. You are a monster socially. Does that help to bring people in? Because I know that you are letting everybody know where you're going, taking pictures of you guys on the road and everything. Social media, is that helping? Is that something we need to do as a musician?
Yeah, you need to do it. I really don't like to do it. I just want to get on the phone and still call people. Because I started my career way before social media. I mean, the internet wasn't even going when I started, so it's new to me. Fortunately, people like at the record companies and publicists, they help do that kind of stuff for me, and I try to keep up on it. But yeah, you have to do it, and I wish I was better at it. I apologize.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Congratulations on the BMA of last year.
Oh, thank you.
With Memphis. That's good. And so this one's out now, so this can get nominated for next year.
It could be.
Tell me, where did we record this one? What happened with this, man? Because I didn't even know this was here.
Yeah, nobody knows it's here.
All right.
It was recorded in Mississippi at James Dickinson's studio called Zebra Ranch, produced by Luther Dickinson, his son from the North Mississippi All-Stars. And like a lot of my records, the blues labels are, I don't know, they're just not too ready for too much progressive styles, you know. They like things that fit in a little box. So like my Memphis Grease record, it took 1.5 years for that to come out. Because you know, most of the labels were like, oh, I don't know, it's a little strange, a little different. And then it was the #1 played blues record in the world.
Hey, I had some. Come on, give it up for that, man. That was a fantastic album too.
Yeah, you know. And so same thing with this. I cut this record and I sent it out to different folks, and they're like, oh, I don't know, man, what is this? It's blues, you know. It's just fresh. You just haven't really heard it before, you know. And so I'm like, well, you know what? I'll just sell them on the gigs, you know.
And that's a way to do it too, right? Right off the band stage.
Yeah, so it's not out for digital, because that's what the labels are into. They want the digital, and because there's not very many record stores anymore, and the bands move most of their physical product. So I figure I'll just move some physical product until they're ready to jump on it and put it out.
I'm trying to get my bosses to do this kind of fly away with some listeners and have a little bit of fun. I want to go to the Blues Bender in Vegas, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like-minded souls all over the place, right? And jams till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Describe it just a little bit to somebody that wants to be there.
Well, you know, the cool thing is it's almost like, you know, those cool gigs that used to happen in the 60s, you know, like at the Fillmore, where they'd have all these different varieties of groups all performing different varieties of blues. So you get to see everybody from Kev Moe, you know, to Delbert McClinton, to myself, where you can see like a Tab Benoit, you can see the traditional Chicago guys, you can see the traditional West Coast bands, and then they all get together and they make some cool music too. So, you know, it's kind of a groundbreaking thing. So people get to cross their styles on these jams, and but the performances are fantastic, because there's so many musicians there, and all the bands, you know, they really want to lay out their goods for the other musicians there, and then for the fans, they love that, because they're getting a real cool, intense show.
Well, John and I go back some years, about, I think it was 15. You would come into Duff's Garage, the old Duff's Garage, and I know I tell this every time that you and I are together. We've talked quite a few times, but it was a show at the old Duff's Garage. He was in the back room. My good friend, I had just finally got Peter to bring Nick Moss from Chicago out. So Nick is playing that gig that night. Paul DeLay is up on harp. Curtis Salgado is singing. And then they asked for John Nemeth in the back to come up on stage. So I saw this man with DeLay, with Salgado, and Nick Moss. It was one of the coolest nights of music I ever had. I'm going to remember that to the day I die, and you're a part of that story, brother.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that. Just like it was yesterday.
I know,
that was so cool. I think I got up and sang every night about this time.
And I loved it, too.
Yeah.
And you were about 25 back then.
Yeah, probably so.
It
yeah,
was. It was
right.
about 24, 25.
Yeah. I was just a youngster.
Yeah, weren't we all? All right, the new one's called Feelin' Freaky. Get it. It's got a Kool-Aid pickle on the front cover.
We'll do the first track on the record.
All right, that's cool. He's at Tacoma tonight. He's doing Seattle the next night, but he's coming back. He'll be at the Burke in Birkenfield this Sunday afternoon, 3 to 6, I think it is. Have you been to the Burke yet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, then you already know Wendy. They're those great people.
It's an early show. It's in the afternoon. I think showtime's around 3 p.m. on Sunday, so you can all get back. Oh, love you too, Steve.
John Nemeth and the Blue Dreamers, guys.